Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 27th, and this is Woodman AM. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Please be seated. Here are today's announcements.
Girls soccer players will meet tomorrow during Power Hour 2 in Mr. Applebaum's room. Service Club will meet today with a focus on their Trivia Night fundraiser. Club members should go to LGI 1 during Power Hour 2.
It's National Scholastic Journalism Week, and students on the broadcast staff asked faculty and staff where they get news they trust. Maybe they will inspire you to try some new news sources.
This week is National Scholastic Journalism Week, a week set aside to celebrate school newspapers, magazines, yearbooks, broadcasts, podcasts, web pages, and other publications. At Greenwood High School, we are lucky to have a broadcast, newspaper, and yearbook that regularly earn state and national awards. Did you know our newspaper has been named Hoosier Star, making it one of the #1 newspapers in the state 4 years in a row? Recently, both the yearbook and newspaper were named #1 during the same 2 years, and our broadcast was once #3 in the entire country. As we celebrate this week in our supportive administration, plus the First Amendment that makes our journalism program possible, we wanted to see where our faculty and staff get news they trust these days. The results were eye-opening.
I get my news from NPR, usually on the drive into work. I like NPR because I think it is an unbiased source. I also like to listen to the BBC because I like to get news from around the world, and I like to hear reports, news reports about things that happen in the United States from an outside perspective.
Well, I like to get my news from a variety of different sources. I like to listen to NPR when I'm in my car, National Public Radio. I like to, on social media, I really enjoy getting my news from Heather Cox Richardson. She is a political historian who puts things kind of into, uses facts and history to put things into context. And WTHR when I want to get local news.
Mr. Lineweber, and I get my reliable news from NPR.
So I get my news from, it's called 1440 Daily Digest. It's a email blast kind of news source. I trust them so far. It's fairly new, but the reporting doesn't seem to be biased, and it doesn't spend a lot of time talking about silly things that I don't care about. It's kind of really big, important ideas. And it's quick hits of news. It's more of a quick blast of information. And then if I want to learn more, there's always a link that I can follow and read a more complete story.
So the two news sources I trust are Wish TV and Indy Star. Wish TV because that's just what I watch on TV, and Indy Star is what pops up on my computer every day.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Bonham, and I usually watch NBC for my news.
I get most of my news, like global, national news, from the BBC because I like to read more of a national, outside of the United States perspective on what is going on. I also really like that there's no paywall because most of the US news websites that I've been reading for years now require a subscription or payment, and the BBC currently does not, and I think it gives an unbiased perspective on just America things and then everything that's going on internationally.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Berger and I teach AP Environmental Science. As far as news sites go, I usually get my news from AP and Reuters, and usually if I read something I check them against the other one. But I also use the Adfon's media bias chart online, especially if anyone gives me a website that I haven't seen before or a news channel I haven't used before. I check its reliability on that website and usually back up and check with another source too.
My name is Mrs. Allen and I watch a Daily Wire.
We have heard from lots of teachers on their favorite news sources. Remember to stay open-minded with where you get your news.
Mr. Figge's third-level students are beginning to put the finishing touches on the new hydroponics area. They will be harvesting lettuce today during period 6.
This weekend, the Winter Guard will compete at Zionsville. Winter Percussion will compete at UIndy for regionals, and band members will compete in state ISSMA. Are you looking for a summer job? On March 6th, there will be a summer job fair during Power Hour. Meet with local employers, explore job opportunities, and get a head start on your summer employment. Tables will be set up around the senior rug area.
Service Club is hosting a trivia night on March 11th at 6 p.m. Sign up with your team of up to 4 people. Registration forms are available in the front office.
If you are planning to participate in Unified Track and Field, please go to the final forms page on the athletics site and follow the directions for eligibility. See Mr. Pete Gipe if you have questions. The yearbook staff has a wonderful problem. They've already oversold yearbooks. The yearbook company extended our order deadline through today. If you want to order using cash or check, pick up an order form in the office, but hand deliver it to the high school office by today at 2:30 p.m. to ensure you get a book. If you order at www.jostensyearbooks.com by tonight at 11:59 p.m., that guarantees you get one too. If you have questions, please see Mrs. Green in LGI 1.
I got my yearbook.
I got my yearbook. I got my yearbook. I got my yearbook. I got my yearbook.
I got my yearbook.
I got my yearbook.
I didn't get my yearbook. Buy a yearbook. Fine, I'll get my yearbook.
That concludes today's announcements. I'm Melanie.
And I'm Aiden.
Have a great day.